Yo, we're live.
Good evening, everyone.
No one's here yet, though.
Texas. My full name is Jacob Howard Smith. My brother's name is...
Are you doxing Tim right now?
No, this is my name. This is what I want to just get it over with, get it done with.
I thought your name's Michael.
No, you see, this is the name that was given to me by the CIA. So what I'm trying to do is just get through all the bullshit. My name's Jacob. This has gotten out of hand. I don't want this misinformation out there about me. That's all. That's all I'm saying, Patrick.
Shit. My information was out from the start.
All right, Mr. Mars. I don't think that's your last name.
But I dropped out of society, so there's not much.
Yeah, I'm halfway out myself, so whatever. So what's up, dude? What are you going to talk about tonight? 'Cause we could talk. Think about this. We could probably talk about. Let's say there were 100 topics in the world, right? Just 100. We could talk about 99 of them, maybe even 99 and a half of them, and you wouldn't get mad at me.
I would never get mad at you.
But no, think about that for a second. You know what I'm saying? We could talk about anything, but there's just something I can't say. There's just like one idea I can't talk about.
You can
so
you can
mad.
say it, but I know that objectively we live on a round ball. We can prove it.
That's cool, dude. I'm not going that route. I'm just saying I think it's funny. I don't want to go that route. I'm not talking about that shit.
Of course, because
Let's have a good conversation. I've been learning a lot of shit.
Way too easy to prove we live on a globe, and I get all the fucking arguments now.
Oh, that's cool, dude. Yeah, you're like, you have laid the whole issue to rest alone,
Yes.
solely on your solid research. You know, honestly, you need to get out there and let everyone know. I think so.
I can't, because when you go on flat Earth shows, they don't like truth and honesty and like real experiments. They just like, backyard experiments by unqualified people who don't know what the fuck they're doing and are talking about, but for some reason they get like 1,000 viewers, and it's really weird.
Wait, you mean like me?
There's a lot of people. There's like Dell. There's the Globebusters. There's like the entire movement is hilarious.
Here's the thing. Here's something you have to keep in mind. I'll be an apologist on this level here. This has been going on for 2 years. Now, if you saw it a year and a half ago, every single day there were 10, 15, even 20 videos that were coming out of different pieces of information. Now, currently there are 17 million flat Earth videos that are on YouTube. When I first started looking into this topic, there were only 600,000. So, we've gone up in a tremendous amount. So at this point, like if you go back and listen to early Globebuster stuff, they were talking about very specific things concerning, evidence and all this stuff. Now they're running out of shit to talk about.
Yeah, but they're just straight up like retarded, dude. Like, I went on Hillbilly's show tonight and I got kicked off because I'm not an idiot who just blindly follows faith cult religions. And I bring up the Cavendish, and Bob from Globebusters in the chat types like, "Oh, Cavendish."
You know what you should do?
Like,
You should ask
joke.
him about the Cavendish experiment and then see the type of response you get from him. And you'll understand exactly why that's a nonsensical thing to say.
Oh yeah.
It's absurd, dude. It's not a good proof. It's not easily replicatable, and even the best colleges have trouble replicating it.
That's not
true.
true.
No, it is true. I can
No,
show you
that's
video
not
evidence
true.
from a...
I can show you
it
video
is.
evidence to prove that wrong.
No, I'm saying I can show you a professor from a pretty prestigious college explaining that fact that I just mentioned.
Right, and that is
That
one of the
aside, it doesn't
that
matter.
video you bring up is basically all the flat Earth evidence. It's like cherry picked bullshit, and if you like actually look into that, it's a joke, and the experiment is really easy to do.
But you're saying that
it.
mass. Well, hold on. You're saying that mass can attract mass
Yes.
objectively. Like, that's the
Yes.
way it works. Like, two fucking big ass rocks, if they're sitting in a torsion
Yes.
balance,
Also, the
they're going to move towards each other.
Fulcrum's pendulum experiment. Flat Earthers
I'm
says,
aware of the Fulcrum
yeah, flat
pendulum.
earthers like say that isn't proof that we are on a spinning ball, but it is. It's like just
Anyways,
because.
look, P-bars, P-bars.
Mm,
We've had this conversation 18 times. Okay, let's talk about some of my new research. I don't want to keep going over this and keep triggering people because I don't care as much anymore that you might think. I really don't, dude. I've been
mm,
studying quite a lot of other stuff, and I have been since I met you. Actually, I haven't even looked back into flat Earth and barely talk about it.
right. Then why do you
All
hang
right.
out on flat earth shows?
Because the people that I found who are interested in this topic are some of the most open-minded people that I've encountered.
Okay. If,
Objectively, they
if
really are. You can't deny that.
well, if they're open minded, how do you think they would feel if you told them that you could prove there was a curve and that we live on a ball? Do you think they would be
I
open to
think,
that idea?
okay, I think the dogmatists, of course, would not. They would not. They would lash out. They would find ways to explain away what I explained or showed. Just the same as the dogmatists on the globe side do the same thing for compelling anomalies and other quote unquote evidences. Listen, dude, this is why I focus on belief so much because when you do have a deeply held belief, you're going to make whatever intellectual jump necessary in order to validate that belief. It's not so cut and dry, P Mars. It really isn't. So
What do you think about cults,
let's
though?
I think that heliocentricity is a mathematically prescribed sun worship cult.
Really?
And I think it's been instituted by Rome. It is essentially externalization of their original structure. It's a template that they have used, and they've like we have this false idea that science separated from religion back in the Enlightenment, and it's the furthest thing from the truth. It's all come well, at least cosmology and heliocentricity. It comes from Rome, and a lot of the great scientists that we hail to do as well. So yeah, everyone wants to try to say flat Earth is a cult, and there may be those aspects of it because cult is just culture. It's flat Earth culture. There are people who are dogmatists, and I've always railed against those type of people. But you can't stop it. It's human behavior. There are social justice warrior cults. There are alien cults. You know what I'm saying? Like for this to be a topic that interests you so much and everybody like gets triggered over, it's weird to me. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Am I making sense? Am I a rational, reasonable person, or is anything I've said outlandish and
Well,
stupid?
see, the problem is, it seems like flat Earth is a huge scam. It's just up and down a scam with the same old clowns who have been scamming people in the alternative media for years. It's the
Well,
same
I
old
will say
shit.
this though. Let's be fair about it. I mean, you know what Hanlon's razor is, right? You know how you got Occam's razor, right? You take the thing with the least amount of complexities, and you cut away usually the simplest thing is the truth. Well, Hanlon's razor, which it is a logic razor used in debate, never attribute to malice what can easily be explained by stupidity. And you can also put in mistake or ignorance. What I find with the flat Earth group is that there is much more of that going on than malice. There's
Are
much more
you
of that going
kidding
on than
me?
people trying to trick people. I have not encountered but maybe two or three people that I've gotten the impression that they are tricking people knowingly. This is a
Uh,
path that people it takes forever for them to go down and deprogram themselves from the mainstream, and it's not an easy thing, and it's not an easy thing to trick people into.
well,
This is not, dude.
if this is your honest opinion, I would just it's like you have no ability to judge other people or something. It's really weird because like Jeranism is obviously a guy that's putting out misinformation to get clickbait views bullshit, and he knows it's not true, but he doesn't give a fuck
Wait,
because
so you think he believes in the globe? You really think that?
I think he believes in the globe. Yes. And I think
All right. If that's the case, you need to really pay attention better because he is so far from that point. And for 2 years
I
now,
think you do
he has
too.
consistently, no, seriously, he has consistently gone down a path of where it is objective that this guy does not believe in the globe anymore. Now, he may be you could probably argue he might be trying to expand on that to make money in some way, shape, or form for his work. Sure, but I don't think
He
he believes
begs
in a
for
globe.
money in an extremely clever way. I've never really like considered this, where he cries about all the money NASA gets, and
You said this to me the other
it
day.
entices his foolish audience to donate to him when he does this.
Well,
It's fucking it's slick as shit. I gotta give him
but
credit
you
for
see,
that.
P Mars, you're making correlation there.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
it's
that's
called
not
pattern
objective.
No, no,
It's not
it is.
objective what
It's
you're
it.
saying.
No, it is because it's obvious.
I'm
You
not
see it.
defending him either. I get it, but
It is true. This is what all
that's
these.
okay. If you'd like to assert that, then
No, I
that's
mean it's
true for
true
you.
because you look at a
You have no
pattern.
proof of
Well,
that. You don't. You
I
assert that he
mean,
believes in the ball and that he's begging for money by mentioning that NASA gets $54 million a day.
we don't really need
It's a
to.
weird leap.
We don't really need to bring proof into this because we're talking about Jeranism. So the thing is, like,
What does that
there's
mean?
this. You think you know what it means? There's this pattern recognition you need to develop, right? Because
So you're
there's
saying pareidolia?
sure pattern recognition. I think is a very important skill. Jeranism is clearly going down this pattern of alternative media e-beggars, and I highly doubt he believes the Earth is
Let me ask you
flat at
something.
all.
Okay.
He's just
Do you
saying
think
things to get clickbait.
okay, fair enough, fine. But do you think that let's say you spend a day making a video and that video goes semi-viral, gets like 500,000 views. Do you think that do you think that you deserve any money for your work? Just virtue of your work, not whatever the topic is. Just you spent a good amount of time, you made a good video, it was well done, people liked it. Do you think you deserve any money for your work of your interest?
Me? No.
Well, so your work is worthless? Is that what you're saying?
Mm,
Valueless?
I don't. I don't think making money off people when I'm trying to get the word out of the truth is
I agree with that actually. That and this is why I've made the exception I have with Jared because I have not heard him explicitly ask for money. He's made it accommodating to be over time. He's made it more easier to give to him. But I have never, and I've listened to everything he's done. I've never explicitly heard him ask for money. I've heard Morgan will do it. I don't see you guys beating up on him as often. I don't know. It just seems like a
because
personal
he's not as
bias.
skilled at magic as Jeranism.
Skilled in it.
Yeah, he's like a fucking Jaren's shit apprentice that needs to
We're
do
all
more
wizards. We're all
fucking
wizards, P
book
Mars.
reading.
Okay, let's talk about magic. Let's talk about religions. Okay, I don't care about this stuff as much as you think I do. I really don't. I just
Uh,
happen to be asked to go on shows. I go, I promote myself, I talk about alternative cosmology. What am I going to do? I'm not responsible for other people. You guys act like I'm some kind of fucking villain, and it's weird. I've been out here interacting with you guys more than anybody else. I
okay,
give you the fucking time of the day. I
here's a
don't
question.
understand it.
You
Go ahead.
purposely avoid talking about the shape of the Earth when you're on these shows because you know it is a globe, right? And you know that if people heard you say it's a globe, it's going to affect you negatively. People are going to view
You see,
you
this
worse.
is an assumption you've been making for a couple of weeks now. I have said it over and over. I've said it on Jaren's show. I've said it on Globebusters. I said it the other night on Nathan's show. I objectively do not know the shape of this realm. I don't. I don't. I don't think Earth is an object. I don't think space is real like you think it is. I have a very different view of what this existence is. And you can either accept that and choose to listen to that and say, hey, what do you think the cosmos is? And listen to me. Or you can keep falling back to consensus reality and feel uncomfortable with people like me, like you seem to have been.
I don't feel uncomfortable with you.
I mean, well, your behavior is saying you're pissed off at me or uncomfortable with me or mad at me or you're confusing me. I don't know what your behavior is showing them. Not now, but I mean, the past couple weeks. Because I
Yeah.
don't ever remember being explicitly rude or nasty to you ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've gone over this privately. I don't want to go
Yeah.
over it anymore. You're
All
being very
right.
nice tonight.
Okay. What would you like to talk about? Anything.
Let's go into some occult stuff. But I do want to reiterate. I mean that, P. Marks. I really do. I don't know. I think this place is way different than what they're telling us, and that's just me. I don't enforce that on anybody else. And I've said this, I've been consistent since day one. You can go back and find me 2 years ago saying the same thing. I don't know. And I'm fine and comfortable saying that. Anyways,
We have to
so I've been
agree. We
studying.
have to agree to disagree. Not talk about
That's
anymore.
cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, what are you disagreeing about? Disagreeing with the way I
I'm
view the
disagreeing with
cosmos, or
how you,
disagreeing that you
like
think
I
I
don't
actually
like I hear what you're saying, but I do not believe it. But that's fine.
you
Like
don't believe you
I
think I
literally
think it's a globe.
yes.
You're a dick, dude. I really
I'm not
don't,
trying to
P
be a
Bars.
dick. I just can't. I
You
can't.
really are a dick. I can't believe you. I am so fucking honest out here, and I don't care about consensus reality.
There's no way
I
you're
am
gonna
telling
convince.
the way I.
You're never gonna convince me. Like I will
Okay,
never believe it.
how can I think it's a globe if I think that the stars, sun, and moon are close and local, and that space is not what they tell us, and that this is an earthly realm and it's a fucking cosmic realm above us? How could I think like I guess LeBon thinks that, John LeBon, he thinks it's like this stationary geocentric ball where space is close. I don't
Mm,
know. I don't know what to call it, dude. I don't think this place is an object, but that's just me.
okay. All right.
All right, we'll go on, go on. So let's see. What were I saw you were I saw you thought that Infinite Plane Society was my handler the the other day,
I was
or
trolling.
the other
Yeah.
way around.
I mean,
Um,
I've never seen that guy in my life. I just saw you at a spanner, so I was trolling you, right? Obviously.
yeah, I've actually become decent friends with him. We talked a lot privately, and he has a very interesting perspective on everything. Um, I value his historical perspective on religions. I don't agree with everything he says in
He says
Charlotte.
some whack shit, dude.
Yeah, you can assert that. Yeah, but
Wacko.
um, what I'm what's not whack though that I found out through him that I've been researching for 2 weeks now that I cannot find an answer to. And I talked to Knowledge Scavenger yesterday for like 5 hours about this. And I talked to John about this. These are both, Christian biblical people. Apparently the name Jehovah is the Semitic tribe's name for the planet Jupiter out of the pantheon. And if that's true, that changes the whole paradigm for me. And I keep finding academic paper after academic paper that is
Well,
proving
that would make
this.
sense, dude, because the Sabbath in the Old Testament was on Saturday, which is. Oh, wait, never mind. That would be Saturn.
Well, no, no, no. Saturn and Jupiter are intrinsically linked when you look at the pantheon that it was pulled from. But the one eye in the triangle that people want to say it's the eye of Lucifer, but it's actually not. That's called the eye of Providence. And if you look at it historically, it's the one eye of Jupiter. It's the eye of Jehovah in there.
What the
So
fuck?
if you go look up just a cursory search right now of Jehovah links to Jupiter, you'll find that Jupiter has been called Zeus, it's been called Baal, it's been called Jehovah, it's been called just a slew. There's like 30 different names from every culture, and it all goes back to Jupiter. And if it's the Semitic tribes who took upon this name from the Sumerian pantheon and just said, okay, we're going with Jupiter. He's the only God. That's why it says, you shall not have other gods before me. He's talking about the pantheon of wandering stars. or planets, as you would call it, and they just ran with it, and they became his chosen people. And that's crazy to me. Now that I've learned that, changes a lot of things.
I thought Jesus and Jehovah were Enki and Enlil, or Azazel, or Lucifer and Enlil, or Lucifer and Jehovah, or Azazel and Jehovah, or Enki and Enlil, or like
That's what I'm saying. All these
yeah,
pantheons are linked intrinsically, and
yeah.
you have to trace them back. Like yesterday, I had all the different pantheons up, and I was cross-referencing all the names and stuff. All of our gods, every human god we've ever heard of, has a link with the sky, has a link with a planet or a star system. It's amazing.
I've been kind of looking at this idea too, because I'm like the TMZ truther. Uh, I think this idea is really interesting about how celebrity stars in Hollywood, through their movie careers and their dates they're born, kind of link up or synchronize with the celestial stars, and they'll like represent, I don't know, the mythological stories. It's kind of weird shit. That's what I've been. That Sea Lion video is sort of about that. But
Yeah, yeah.
his whole perspective is super new agey. Is the whole we are all
Well,
God, and that it's not. It's like he has a prospiracy. He doesn't think that all these like 9/11 predictive programming are necessarily put there on purpose, but it's the universal consciousness put in there. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I lean towards that stuff. Um, yeah, I lean towards. I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of that stuff makes sense to me, especially the more like occult stuff I study, like Hermeticism and Gnosticism more recently. I'm starting to understand. Like, there's a bunch of New Age nonsense, but I don't know. I don't know. It's a controversial subject. Um, but no, that guy's good. That Seal Lion.
I listened to Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly. Bill Cooper was talking. I've been listening to Mystery Babylon a lot, and he's got the perspective of what he's did I sent that to you. You said it was wrong about how the what the fuck, the Romans basically co-opted the Semitic tribes and instilled the pantheon of Jupiter and the pagan worship.
Yeah,
He says
yeah,
like he also says something that was interesting. I thought like all these things like Freemasonry, all these secret societies and religions too are all connected to one thing, and that's basically they all unite under they're all connected to the mystery religion or the mystery schools. That's the one common name they have all throughout antiquity or whatever. And that kind of made
well,
sense to me.
yeah.
And
Um,
that's why like Freemasonry, right? They don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, because they want you to be a theist, though, because they know that all these religions, I think, are going to the same deity. And I don't know. I think of
well,
it, yeah.
that's not true. That's not true. You see, the idea of the demiurge is this lowercase g pantheon of gods. Like, let's think about it in their cosmology for a moment. Like Jupiter, Saturn, all these planets. These old religions. That's the pantheon of gods. Are these wandering stars, right? Well, that's part of our creation too, right? These lights in the sky are part of us, essentially. This whole creation. So something created them, which is in Gnosticism, it's called the monad, monad, and that is the one, the and all of these little pantheons have confused all of mankind into these different directions. But if you look at it like from a Carl Jung perspective, These are all archetypes that they've chosen, especially like the Jehovah being the ruler archetype, and then the sun being there's several types of archetypes that it is. They packaged them up over the years. Rome has, and they've crafted this perfect archetypal situation for a slave population, and that's Christianity. So it's I don't know. It's controversial. This stuff is a lot of people. But hey, I hate to do this, but I actually have to take a call right now. But I'll jump back in here soon. I won't be on, but like 20, 30 minutes.
All right.
If anybody wants to jump in, but no, thanks, man. I'll be back soon.
Okay. Someone else wanted to join early. I'll just post the link. Who's that KOJ guy? How do I find him? Yeah, for real, Mr. B. Well, I'm playing poker. I should have the best hand here. If I get raised here, though, I'd folded. I mean, it's pretty nutted, I think, if I get raised here. There's no draws. You have to, like, fold me with, like, Jack 10. Yo, I'm crushing again, Uncle. Nine shouldn't really change a lot. I get value from King Jack and King 10. If he donks, what would he donk with? He donks. I guess I'd just pay him off. He might have a busted flush draw, I don't know. Oh, I just got owned. Awesome. He could have got more money for me if he played it better. That's unlucky. I would have definitely got broke there if he like check raised me on the flop. What's going on in the YouTube world?
Man, I hope this is working.
Oh shit, Space Lord.
Hey, go for my coffee now.
Fuck, we had a flat earther in the chat, but I think he left. I asked him for his email. He never said
Oh,
anything.
yeah?
Yeah. Could show Cathexis live the retardation his sophist movement has caused on people.
Shout out to the chatters. And, yep, Earth is round. And I've been enjoying my Star Trek marathon. Kind of deprogramming the brainwashing that's going on with the philosophical words that are used rather than actual evidence. And I'm glad you're smashing the poker.
Yeah, finally. Starting to run a little bit better.
So the break did you good. The break.
Yeah, I need to.
The slump buster is a break always.
Well, also I talked to my coach. That helps a lot. Gets me back on track.
It's almost like going to school. Hey, you wake up.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just sleep for 5 minutes. I don't want to go to school. Even though he's a cool dude, I like that guy.
No, he's my best friend for sure. Like, he gave me a career, and he didn't really ask shit for me, really.
Unlike the rest of us assholes that get on here and troll everybody, and
Do you guys know how much NASA made this year? It's unreal. Check out my donation page on the About Me section.
Oh yeah,
$52 million a day times 365. That's how much NASA made. Shut up. Shut up, Jern. Him and his groveling voice. Oh, his voice is the worst, isn't it? Fuck, I hate it.
How brilliant is that, though, to beg for money by talking about how much NASA makes? So then no one can...
That's...
I can't really, like, talk that much shit about him, you know?
Well, everybody would like to be rich, so if you play to that, you know, that fantasy of being rich, I don't know, I guess it could work out to a donation in his favor. Shit.
Right.
'Cause that's all it's based in. That's all it's based in is people jealous of rich people. I mean,
yeah.
What the fuck?
And people are donating, eh?
I saw a guy streaming on Twitch tonight. I was watching for a little bit. I used to watch Twitch streamers game. This guy is pretty funny, granted, but he got like $150 donation from a guy who had donated more too. I don't know how much he donated in total, but what the fuck? Like, people just like to hang out with people and give them money online. It's crazy. E-begging is insanely profitable.
Dude,
wow.
Some people make
I gotta make up something.
G's.
Yeah. You need if you're a girl with like big tits, that helps. If you're a dude, you have to be funny or really skilled at a game. Really knowledgeable about something or entertaining in some way. So I'm fucked.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Me too.
I'll get on there and yeah, I'll be paying them money so I can get my begging account going.
Yeah, I was trying to make it on Twitch. I was streaming poker and some gaming stuff, and then no one liked my stream, so I'm like, I fit in with flat earthers better. I'll come to YouTube. I'll stream here. That's sad.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Well, a lot of times I would be streaming on Twitch and I would be talking about crazy conspiracies, and I guess that puts people off. So, yeah, I kind of had not really like no one watched my stream ever, so I was like, fuck this shit. Eventually.
How long has Twitch been around? I mean, it's pretty new to me.
Well, it started as, I think, Justin TV, and I think there still is Justin TV, but then it like Justin TV became Twitch Gaming, and Twitch was just like gaming streams only, and it's probably like 4 or 5 years at least. Yeah, it's been around a long time. It's huge.
I was trying to figure out, you know, as I was watching TV, and I was trying to figure out, I just noticed some of the things said in chat, and I was just trying to think about it. If I rode my bicycle, would I be constantly turning left or right? Huh. Never mind. So
how come when you ride your bicycle, you don't have? How come when you ride your bicycle, you don't have to account for the curve and like tilt it down sometimes?
Yeah, exactly. I think I like the thought of a really big ass ball that appears flat to my naked eye, so I can ride straight. If I was on that space frisbee or space pizza, I gotta constantly turn left or constantly turn right just to go east and west. Which then you couldn't use east and west even, because the North Pole is only in the middle of the space pizza. So that means if I'm going directly west, the compass is going in a U-turn. So that means I got to constantly turn right from New York City to get to California. That kind of sucks.
One of my viewers posted me a link to a video he did that he said you can use do a test with a compass to prove we live on a globe. So it seems there's a lot of really simple, cheap tests that can prove the globe. Yet we still have flat earthers, so it's got to be based off. It's got to be a total like cult scam operation to make money off people.
Exactly. Now, if you rode a bicycle in a trail where I live and you got lost, you're gonna be fucking thankful you carried that compass, because the jungle is pretty fucking deep, like really deep. You'd be like, well, there's a tree. Yeah, there's another fucking tree. Yeah, there's another fucking tree. Shit, which tree? They all look the fucking same, mate. Anyway, I just wanted to talk some more shit. That's all. Didn't mean to, take over. Had to get that off my chest.
Yeah, Kathy still wants to say he's agnostic. I don't get it, so it's whatever. He made his bed. He's gonna have to lay in it.
Well, Yeah, I've been pretty busy lately. So,
Yeah.
is cathexis and you still, have you made up at all? But you still have your differences, or
I mean,
last I saw, you guys were duking it out hardcore.
I have a bad temper, and he really pissed me off that one night on Free Chan, like real bad, pissed me off. So I don't know. After I cooled down a bit, I'm kind of just like, fuck it, whatever. I'll still talk to. I mean, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I know it's all fun and game.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta you get shit pent up, right? And you fucking just hold it in, and you're being polite and listening to
Yeah.
everybody's ideas, trying to be objective about it, even though you have your own opinion, and not trying to project it or thrust it. But over time, people just kind of
Right.
you bottle up so much pressure, you just gotta let off steam once in a while.
We did a lot of panels and hangouts together where it was just us talking and I was really, really nice and I held back and I didn't say a lot of shit I wanted to for a long time. And then he said some shit that set me off and I was like, all right, I'm just going to be honest. And then, so when I'm being honest, he doesn't like it and he says I'm disrespectful and socially inept and all this shit to me. And then I'm projecting on him. And it's just like, whatever. So that's what he's going to be like. And it's just, we have to agree to disagree. And I don't, I just don't believe what he says, I guess. I don't know.
I hear you, man. Like back in the day, I was trying to be extremely careful on respecting everybody's wishes and opinions, and you find out real quick you just can't please everybody, and then you set yourself up for either being a rug mat for somebody else's verbal abuse, or you end up doing the same to somebody else, in which you become. And I realize, you know what? I'm just gonna let it roll, man. Roll them fucking dice, and if you get in an argument with somebody, so be it. If they hold grudges, they're the asshole, because I can't remember half the people I get in fights with. So if they want to remember something I said a month ago, good on them, because I probably already forgotten a day later. So it kind of just, I don't know, people get so they get so wrapped up, and I guess, man, I guess they just get. Some people are lonely enough to the point where they fucking remember everything somebody says, and it's like, dude, it's like. You share your idea, I'll put it to test, and if I agree with it, sweet, I'll let you know. If not, well, it's bullshit. Bullshit to me, at least. You can do your own damn thing, but let's be truthful to ourselves more than anybody else.
Yeah, man. And the more and more I find out about the more and more flat earth shows I listen to, and the more I find out about it, the more pissed off I get that all this shit exists. Like, it does start to annoy me. I don't know why. Like, I shouldn't care.
I know, right? I mean, that goes for any subject, dude. You can apply a lot of that stuff for any subject. It's like, well, we could have a Bible discussion and both completely disagree on the same fucking scripture from the King James version of the Bible, because it happens in almost all religions anyway. You could probably sit in the same church and start, having a Sunday school session and fight over one scripture. And so it's like, well, do you forgive that person a week later and move on, or are you gonna start a war over it and keep going at it? And some people are like that, which is why some channels get popular and some channels get tired.
Yeah, but I think if me and Catholics agree to disagree and don't talk about certain subjects, we could probably handle each other in small doses and get along. So,
exactly right. I mean, I love it when he gets swearing, because you got him triggered a little bit. Cause he holds his composure as well as he can, and then he starts dropping F-bombs, and he's pissed off.
So,
and that's when he usually goes for the philosophical word usage of origins and things.
Uncle,
I got a phone call.
I'm just going to ask you a question.
All right. I'll be back later.
All right. Uncle's been saying that the door to his stepdaughter's room opens unexpectedly while while she's not been around. So he was going to set up a computer to record it and see if he can catch the ghost moving the door. That'd be cool.
His house is haunted, huh?
That's what Uncle says.
Damn.
You gotta wait till the Catholic Church verifies it. Bullshit. What's up with you, DQ?
Shit, man. Just chilling. What's up with you, man?
I've been fucking grinding, working on poker all day, and
Nice.
screwing around on YouTube. I was enjoying Tim's show before he got disconnected. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, that was good, man. He was getting to the meat of it, and then it just went away.
I
Fuck.
know. It's just getting good. That's how things always go, huh?
Seems to be like, I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe he planned it like that.
So,
Doesn't seem too far-fetched.
Political Hillbilly used to be nice to me, and then all of a sudden he heard me talking on debating the globe versus a flat earther, and he probably didn't like what I was saying or something, and he talked shit to me in the chat, right? And I'm like, okay, wait a little while. I was like, I was just gonna like let him have his space and not really like go over there and bother him.
Right.
But then tonight there was someone came into the chat and said, "Oh, Hillbilly wants to debate a Glober." So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll go debate him. It'll be fun."
Nice.
And they
I watched
banned,
that.
yeah,
I saw you.
they banned me from the chat, and he didn't want me on, but I kind of got the link and I went on, and yeah, he was not very nice to me. But I guess I kind of crashed his party, so
Well, he asked for it.
yeah.
That was a dumb question. What was it?
Oh, like why can a bee land on a flower and the flower petal goes down, and then when the bee leaves, it goes back up? Like, what the hell? I don't get it.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Is that like a philosophical question? You should have asked him that.
Yeah. I'm not really like great at debating, and I just wanted to like bring up some points, I guess, and give them a show. Not really like I wasn't trying to make them all feel stupid. I was just going there to give an opposing viewpoint,
Just to talk. Right.
to give a show. I've never been rude to him or a dick, so I don't know.
No, you guys. Well, you've always been nice to him. I mean, I've seen him in the chat and shit. Usually, he's like, "Hey, P Mars" and shit like that.
Yeah, he was like talking shit. He's like, "You came on that panel that when I had a really great panel, just to show your face on my good panel." and I remember that panel was fun. We were talking about 9/11 a little bit, and I talked about some occult shit I knew about the Millennial Hilton Hotel designed to look like the black monolith from Space Odyssey 2001, which symbolizes a growth of consciousness. If you watch the movie, they show the monolith surrounded by monkeys, and it's
right in the beginning.
Yeah. And it's about the monolith helps the monkeys evolve into man. So the monolith was right there at the 9/11 event, which is sort of a conscious rising event, right? Because after 9/11, a lot of people figured out they were being lied to by their governments and stuff. So it's an interesting symbol of the 9/11 ritual, and I brought that up, and Hillbilly was like, "Oh shoot, Mars! I didn't know that factoid. That's interesting." And then he was like, and then he knew I was a baller, and he was still complimenting me and saying like, "Oh, I know Mars is a baller, but he has good info and it's cool." And then all of a sudden he hears me debating flat Earth, and now I'm a bad guy. I don't know. It's funny how that works, but I didn't do anything to him, so whatever. I mean, I'm not having an issue with him. I'm just saying what happened. This is what happens when you deal with flat Earth people and you disagree. They don't treat you very. This is why Cathexis won't say it's a sphere, because he knows that he'll get treated the way I got treated, and DQ got treated.
Right.
So.
Right.
And Jet Skeptic, like, this is why this is it, and he can deny it all he wants, but I just don't believe it. So whatever.
Have you ever heard any of Hillbilly's old shit?
No, I guess I'm a noob to this flat Earth society.
Well, he used to talk about like Sandy Hook and shit back in the day, before he got into this.
I knew that.
This is his niche now. But his voice is way different now. He sounds like elderly now, and he's so bitter now. I think
He is pretty old. I mean,
He's on medication or something, and it just makes him so grouchy. But he's also very disingenuous, and he lies constantly,
Dude,
man.
Totally not.
Hey,
Fucking
hey.
thing is.
You don't know what the fuck we're talking about, nigga.
Yes, I do. I just was listening to you, dicks.
You were on a call.
I found out that the Earth was objective, like an institution that I could trust and believe, or a way to explain it, I'd come out. I have 1,200 subs. If I had 60,000, then sure, make that assertion.
That's a lot of
about
sandwiches.
Me. It's a lot of sandwiches.
You could make a difference in the flat Earth more than any of us ever could.
Oh, I can. Yeah, with 1,200 subs,
you're the
I can
chosen one. You have to bring balance to the Earth. Shit.
DQ, quit being a fucking dick, dude.
What are you talking about?
David, come on, man. You and I go way the fuck back. What, now? At least over a year and a half now. Why you gotta be a dick to me in chat lately?
I don't know.
Oh, Mr. B.
Really? Because I don't think like you?
Shout out to Shroomy.
Dude. David, I like you, dude. I'm sorry, too. Whatever.
Oh, he's guilting me in PMAR, so
yeah,
what do I do?
See?
Hey, brother. See? Hey, I love you, brother. Those are mind control.
What are you, like
terms.
Hulk Hogan or something?
Brother.
You watch too much.
That's what I said to him today,
That's
too.
what he said.
I literally said that to him today.
But no, check it out, David. Last week I saw him in chat say he calls people brother and says, "I love you, man," because he's trying to mind control.
And I told the story of my childhood friend who did the same thing. That's how I knew what you were doing.
Such a dick.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I had me in high school was like me and these.
You knew this guy in high school?
Yeah,
we go way back.
No, not Cathexis.
No, we do actually. Yeah, Pimars.
I don't know. I had a friend in high school. It was like we hung out, three of us, and he would call the two of us brothers and shit. And then when he was gone, we were like, "Isn't that weird that he calls us brothers? Like we're not brothers. We're just friends that like to play video games."
Well,
like,
look, I have a younger brother. Listen. Hold up a second. I've got a younger brother who's 2 years younger than me, and all my life that was just what I called him. And I found that if you extend it out to certain friends, is more meaningful. I call closer friends, people who I trust and can relate to better, I call them brother. I just do. So that makes me a guy who's trying to mind control people? I don't
calling him sweetie.
Well, see, no, because Martin does it too. Martin's like one love, brah, and shit like that. But like, Martin seems legitimate to me. So it doesn't really bother me when he does it. Yeah.
No, you just don't see him as an intellectual threat, and then you see me as one. So.
I think Martin.
Fucking obvious.
I think Martin's actually pretty smart. He's read a lot of fucking books, and he's 50 years old. He knows a shitload about the occult.
Yeah, but he's a flat earther, so apparently he's a retard to you.
Well, no, because I don't think flat earthers are stupid. I think I'm easily fooled, and people are easily fooled. I've believed a lot of shit that was wrong, you know? Like, half my life I believed lies and bullshit. So it's like, why would I think I'm any better than that now? Like, do I think now that I'm unfoolable?
Well, you seem to
Am I unslaved?
You seem to be like you're like in the possession of truth lately, but we'll leave.
Well, when it comes to the shape of the globe, I am. But
these people wouldn't lie about that. Not that.
No, it's object. You can do an experiment and figure it out for yourself.
You can go and measure the circumference of the Earth yourself.
Yes.
You can go fly around. You can go check it out yourself. You don't have to.
Yes, that's why I don't get why there's flat earthers. It's so easy to disprove.
Go do it then. Go do it.
Do it. I know 2 people have seen the curve in planes. Oh, and one of them. Well,
hold on, David. Help me out here. Be honest for a moment. You know damn well that mathematically, at that height, it is an impossibility to see any curvature.
So,
David.
So I have a friend, right?
David.
I don't care what you say.
Be intellectually honest, David. Tell him.
Because Darkstar can verify this. I used to do a show.
Tell him.
Hard to see a curve.
It's not hard. It's impossible. Mathematically, P Mars, your friends are idiots.
But I mean, it's hard to say, you know.
No, it's not. You can do the math. You can
No,
see
I can't.
it.
So
Well, okay, fair enough.
I Darkstar knows
Anyways,
when I used to do shows with
I only know
Darkstar
ABC.
like 6 years ago, and there's a guy in the chat. His name was Mr. Captain Proton. He used to call him the Freeman Fly Show a lot, actually, on Oracle.
What's
And
he,
Mr.
fly fishing or something?
Mr. Captain Proton flew planes, and I actually found out today that he passed away a couple weeks ago. So rest in peace, Mr. Captain Proton. I hope you're teaching some angels in heaven about the 9/11 inside job conspiracy. And he's a pilot. And when I found out about Flat Earth, I was like, okay, here's like a truther that I know. He was a Facebook friend, and I messaged him. So actually, it's kind of cool that I got to talk to him recently this summer before he passed.
he
One
probably
last
thought
time.
you were like some dumb.
No,
fucker.
he's from the UK, dude. So he's a conspiracy theorist, and he's a pilot. So he's like, Pat, he got fucking pissed. He's like, he's like the coolest, chillest, nicest guy ever. Like, he never got mad, and I'm assuming he's gotten like badgered and irritated by flat earthers. He's like, Pat, I've seen the curve. It's fucking stupid. That's what he said. Last thing he said to me, but. He was a pilot, and he said he saw it.
Unfortunately, you can't mathematically, not until a very high distance out.
Oh, Texas just called a dead man a liar.
I did.
Slight curve.
Let's see what my handler's saying right now. Hold on.
Did you see how I trapped him into
We are
being
living in a theocratic system
evil?
run by technocrats, disguised as. I mean,
oh, that's the
literally
infinite
religious.
plane guy?
I can't
Fuck,
even-
dude.
Yeah, my handler's on right now. So
My handler is Russian vids.
nice. He was on Tosh.0. Did you see it?
Yeah, I just saw the clip on ODD TV.
He played that shit.
That shit was hilarious.
He played the fucking what's his name? Tiger Dan rapping, if you want to call it that. Whatever the fuck he was doing in front of the microphone. Did you
Oh
see
yeah, that
Oh,
awful
my God.
song.
that? Dude, first of all, why would Tiger Dan do that? I know he's a goofball, lame guy. Why would he keep it up after he like recanted Flat Earth? Now millions of people see how retarded he is. Can't rap for shit. Just saying. Oh well.
I don't know, maybe he liked all the comments he got on the song. Well, a lot of the Flat Earth songs are pretty similar to that, so I mean, yeah.
What did you rate Jed's song on his diss on Validation Boy? You think that was a pretty good?
That
I'd
was
give it
just as
a
bad,
10,
dude.
a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Man, you guys are such a circle jerk, your little crew.
That was better than the Tupac diss. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my god, that shit was awkward and weird and offbeat, and it's so funny. Oh, I can't.
Don't be jealous. I wear a turtleneck and you're jealous. I got style.
Jedediah. Oh, too funny. Too funny. What happened with him and Tim? They seem to have had a falling out for like a week, and now they're talking to each other again.
Jed one-ups Tim one too many times.
Ooh, better watch out. Tim's gonna make you a focus now because you said that.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's gonna Photoshop you with the finger up your nose.
I'm not like friends with Tim. It's okay. I won't
Oh man.
get my feelings hurt. And you can't dox me because I'm already doxed.
It's me, bro.
I'm already doxxed too, so it's cool.
Yeah, your name is. You were out here with your real name trolling that fucking hard. I couldn't get over it, dude.
Yeah.
He's like with his full last name and
Why
all, and
are
he's sitting here
people-
like making rape jokes against fucking women and shit.
Why are
He
people
hated
like
Flat
worried
Earth.
about giving
Well,
their
yeah,
name?
yeah.
Has anyone like had anything happen bad to them on these hangouts because they gave their name? Like,
Well, Lee Bracker's dead,
he's dead
Who's
because
he?
of it.
but that's a whole other story.
Who is this bitch?
You know who Lee Bracker is? Do you remember back
No, I don't.
midst the free chan? So this guy released all those Bassano tapes. Remember Bassano like got recorded privately, making threats about Bob and everything. Remember? Well, Lee Bracker was the guy who did it. He's the one who released all that. 2 weeks.
So Robert Bassano killed him. Holy shit!
It's actually kind of possible. I'm just saying, it actually is. Yeah,
he's a
2
nut
weeks.
job.
Listen, Bassano left.
Bassano, I love you if you're out there listening to this right now. You're a good guy.
Bassano.
Don't come to my house because I'm on your side.
All right. Not anymore. DQ's a backslider. Just letting you know. He thinks the Earth might be a globe or some shit. I heard.
Hey, I don't know anything about anything.
Or some shit.
Hey, I just go to work, and that's it. And I hang out with Shroomy. I'm here to hang out with Shroomy and P-Mars. Kick it.
Pretty much.
Kick it with Jed and shit. You know, that's about it.
So I was trolling in this conspiracy show today, right? And the host was saying, "Oh, I think WikiLeaks is a psyop, right? Like it's just."
I think it is.
And so I typed in the chat, if WikiLeaks was a psyop, it would leak proof that it was a psyop. No.
Is that clever or something?
And then he was saying that flat Earth is like the stupidest shit ever. But what's even stupider is the Mandela effect.
Yeah, I agree. Mandela effect is a psyop for sure. Same with no trees. The whole no trees on flat Earth too.
I told him that flat earthers I told him that the Mandela effect people are there to discredit the flat Earth people. I don't know. I was just trolling the shit out of him. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, I think Mandela effect is Mandela effect is just playing off of people's collective misrememberings. I think it's totally a psyop, and I think that you missed the whole no trees on flat Earth bullshit.
No, I got here right when that came out.
Okay,
I watched that video, and it has way more evidence than the flat Earth.
Yeah, these mountains here look like something, so it must be something. You're fucking retarded.
I'm kidding.
Here, dude. I know you are. Oh my god. Anyways, it was still something that spread very virally. It actually had good production values. If you go back and listen to the music tracks that was put behind it, very low. It was stuff to move you in a way at certain. So you could tell it was actually crazy, even though it was up.
Like the flat Earth videos, they put the ominous music behind the bad guy and all that shit.
Yeah, no. I saw video.
It's meant to lead you in a way of thinking.
It's a propaganda technique. If you're about truth, you shouldn't do propaganda techniques.
I saw a flat Earth recompilation video yesterday, and it's brand new. You can find it if you search 24 hours. It should be at the top. I forgot who did it, but
is it 9 hours?
I watched it yesterday. No. It's like a 20-minute video. It's a recompilation of like all these key things. But the music they used behind it, I even caught it. I'm like, these assholes, don't fucking do that. But I was pretty moved by it halfway through, and I'm like, wait a second. These guys are just using propaganda techniques.
So no trees on no forest on a flat Earth is a good example of an obvious psyop bullshit, right? And
in my opinion, yeah.
One of the things to note about these things is how fast they get popular. Like that shit was popular out of nowhere overnight, right?
It had 300,000 views in 1 week.
Now, when things are promoted like this, it's a big clue that it's bullshit. And this flat Earth was the same way. There's lots of things that are the same way.
It's not. You weren't here.
It is.
You weren't here.
No, the
fucking
you weren't. Masonic
you were not
MBA.
Here in 2014. You don't know how this went down. So you're making
this is what I've heard. This is what I've heard from people. So
you go. Okay, so was that how you do your research? You go on Hangouts and listen to Tim Osmond and Jed. Is that what you do? Is that how you research?
I kind of like listen to I'll listen to every side. Like for the alternative media, you have your three basic branches. You have your Christian conspiracy, you have your New Age conspiracy, and you have your Freeman on the land conspiracy, right? And Flat Earth kind of encompasses all three of these. It's weird.
Well, you're right, actually. No. You are right. I would agree with that. But the Christian conspiracy is way over represented, I think, in the flat Earth. I think it's about an 80 percentile, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
And
a lot of New Age too. Not very much freedom.
Well,
like, I think,
not as much. It's
yeah.
like, honestly, this whole Infinite Plane Society cat is coming out with the Gnostic perspective, and which it's interesting because everything he's saying is we're talking about religiously and like spirituality wise. Everything he's saying is exactly the opposite of the Christian perspective. He is essentially saying what they call the the fallen angels doctrine, the doctrine of the fallen angels, as some Christians would put it. So it's interesting.
So, what
to
I
see
do,
how this plays out.
I look at all sides. I take in all the information, and I come to a conclusion based on experience. I don't try to know things through books.
Let's get rid of that book learning. Let's fucking just
I think
get rid of that book learning.
I think that's the error that you're making. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why you're dumb. I don't know. And then, well, I'm sorry, that's disrespectful. You know, we're just joking around here. I don't know. I don't really think he's dumb. But,
no, he's not. He's a nice guy.
No, I really don't think he's dumb. I'm just, we're kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah.
Oh, and Charlotte, I don't think the Gnostic perspective is nihilistic in any way, shape, or form. Like the true Christian Gnostic. Like, I don't know if you looked into it, but there is such a thing as Christian Gnosticism, where Jesus Christ is held throughout to the highest degree. So I would look into that. I was watching some things and reading some stuff on it earlier today. Seems like a very beautiful philosophy. It's very Eastern, though. It's about, becoming the Christ within kind of thing. But anyways,
I heard Bill Cooper say some shit I thought was pretty cool today. I've been watching a lot of him, I guess, lately. But he
white
said,
power? No.
Yeah, he said white power, and I agree. No, but he said what the fuck? You got me all. He subtle trolled me. Okay, he said
you couldn't.
He doesn't care if Jesus was real or not. That the things. And he also said he doesn't believe everything written in the Bible, but he said the words attributed to Jesus, like what Jesus is quoted as saying in the Bible, is like the most profound wisdom or knowledge that he's ever read.
Who said this?
Bill Cooper.
Oh,
so he was
really?
a Christian, but I thought it was cool because he said, I don't know if Jesus is real or not, and I don't believe everything in the Bible, but the words attributed to Jesus are the most profound words I've ever read, and he's read a lot of books and shit. So that statement carries some weight, and I don't know, I thought that was interesting. So he said, even if Jesus isn't real, the words, the character is.
See, well, the thing
cool.
for me about Jesus is, I accept the basic tenets of his message in the sense that I walk the narrow path of spirituality as best I can. I forgive others for they know not what they do. And in my opinion, that means ego. If a person's operating out of ego, then they don't know what they're doing exactly to another human being. And then the other one is treat others as you wish to be treated. And those are my three main tenets in life, which is what Jesus conscribed. So you don't need to throw it out. Even if it's not historically, let's say it wasn't a historical character. Let's say it was just an idea that Rome put forward. It doesn't matter to me at this point. I think there's enough to be valued and gained and respected and revered out of it. So, yeah. But yeah, IPS is very aggressive, and it is what it is. But look, I don't care. I disagree with his tactics. I disagree with what he's saying. Some of it, I disagree with what he's saying, but I can still listen to it and discern the information I'm looking for. I care. Right now, I'm studying occult knowledge. I'm studying the mystery schools. I'm studying Gnosticism, alternative, information concerning history. This guy does know what he's talking about on some levels, so I can listen to anybody and just discern what I need to out of it. A lot of people can't do that. People get stuck on positions. Like, oh, that guy believes differently than me. I can't listen to anything he says.
So
that's folly.
So
I got a question.
Yeah.
How come Bill Cooper never stopped in the middle of what he was doing to say that he needed to go for coffee? I'm just kidding.
well, I think he's a shill.
I go coffee now.
I think it's because he's working for the Freemasons. Mr. B. Okay, I want to explain this free zone Scientology. Okay, I was listening to Josh Reeves' last podcast. I haven't listened to him in forever because he's a fucking hardcore e-bagger. Like, he doesn't hide it. He comes straight out in e-bags. He doesn't talk about how much.
Who?
Josh Reeves.
Oh, I don't know who these shills are.
Yeah, he's a shill that exposes shills. He's like the controlled opposition that exposes controlled opposition.
Are you like the white knight for the alternative media?
Yes. Or I'm the person that is like, hey, idiots, the alternative media is full of shit. Like Tim Osmond. So,
you just said Tim Osmond's full of shit?
No, I said the people that say the alternative media is full of shit.
Oh, okay. I go coffee now.
Hey, I go.
Josh
Excuse me. I go coffee now.
Everybody, I go sleep now.
God, you fucking I have 2 subtle trolls on my panel.
Oh my god, too much.
Everyone, I'm sending out the link, and you can come in, have some fun.
Batter up.
Fuck you.
I go coffee now.
Fuck you.
Bada,
You ever heard him
bada,
go
bada,
like?
bada.
You ever hear him go like full like real nasty on people?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Who the fuck gave you?
These motherfuckers.
Or like, don't you fucking interrupt me again? Fuck you, and then he'll like disconnect.
I am fucking talking.
Who's fucking typing?
And Dave's like, oh, I'm sorry, Vinny. I'll calm down.
Shout out to Helio Skeptic, bro.
So,
Doing well. Sorry, P Mars. We just totally.
If you believe. Later.
yeah, I know you guys' game, but it's not gonna work. So, Josh Reeves has been trying to expose Alex Jones and Trump as Scientologists, and he said that
Sounds like a shill move.
Prison Planet was a term for in Scientology, and also he talked about free zone Scientologists, which he thinks these people are free zone Scientologists or Scientologists. Apparently, there's a group of Scientologists who aren't Scientologists that they're called free zone Scientologists. What? And that's interesting because Freeman Fly, his first show on Oracle was called The Free Zone. So anyways, these Scientologists, or he was saying, he thinks that when you go through the degrees of Masonry, and Scientology has degrees too, that you go through the OT levels, he actually thinks they gain psychic abilities or open up their chakras to interdimensional
Well, here's the thing.
Through the rituals.
L. Ron Hubbard was trained by the OTO. Okay? Him and Jack Parsons gave him the information of the OTO and several other personal grimoires and whatnot that he had crafted and collected over the years. Even Aleister Crowley said L. Ron Hubbard was a con man. When Aleister Crowley calls somebody a fucking con man, you should probably take note. Well, then he goes off after, L. Ron Hubbard is in the Guinness Book of World Records for writing over 1,000 published books. Nobody has ever written more than him. So he took that money and then turned it into his sci-fi stuff. He basically painted this occultic idea of Luciferianism, of just you as the god, so to speak, and painted it in a sci-fi painting, and then sold that as Scientology. That's essentially what it is. We don't have enough.
So, Josh Reeves also told this crazy story about taking this tour in a Masonic temple, and he was sort of adding to it the tour, because I guess he's read a lot about Masonry, so he's talking about the symbology, adding shit that the tour instructor wasn't adding. And he said that the instructor kept going, "Are you a Mason? Are you a Mason? Well, you ought to be. Well, you ought to be." Shit like that. And he said when he left, the guy gave him, the grip, handshake, and he said he heard this guy's thought in his brain or some shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this is like some flat Earth shit, right? And
Yeah.
Is that way? How is that flat Earth shit in any way, shape, or form?
because there's no evidence, and it's like some guy telling a story, and then yeah.
Sounds like some dumb New Age bullshit.
I thought that's what
whatever.
I thought, but I thought it was an interesting anecdote. So I told
You
him.
have a lot of those. You have a lot
Thanks.
of those. Oh, you're so funny. I go coffee now.
But he used that story to prove his point about them having fucking, psychic powers or powers from interdimensional beings when they go up in the levels of masonry.
Well, they are, if they're the esoteric kind and they care about the occult and they care about rituals, ceremonial magician activity, then at this point, I think it's possible. I think it's possible to, I don't know, draw, as Manly P. Hall says, draw from that invisible realm. We have the visible realm and the invisible realm. So I think it's possible, but there's no way you could ever prove that. So what do you do about it, You join Freemasonry. That's what you do. You find out for yourself.
That'd be fun.
All right. So yeah, David,
hey, go bathroom.
So the guy, Infinite Plan Society, is a 32nd degree Freemason. By the way, I don't know if you know that. I mean, sure, he's promoting flat Earth or whatnot.
32nd.
He's 32nd. He was in it. He's been in it for about 6 years now, I think. But he's doing. Yeah, it only takes about 3 years. I looked into it. It only takes about 3 years. But he's
so many more.
No, he thinks it's totally bullshit scam that he didn't learn
like a
anything.
Pyramid scheme.
It is because you have to pay, your dues and all this stuff, and you have to pay to go up. And
what about networking for business or something? Does it work for that?
Yeah, it's great for that, and that's what most of these men use it for. See, he joined it for the esoteric stuff. He wanted to learn, what these guys were up to, and if there was any real knowledge to be gained. He went through it, found that there wasn't, and that's why he's out speaking against it. He's revealed some pretty interesting secrets I haven't heard yet.
Really?
Yeah, when you get to the 32nd degree, they tell you about a god that they focus on called Jabu-Man. And when you look into it, seriously, you should look it up. You should look it up. It's called Jabu-Lan. And when you get up there and you start, it's a combination of Jehovah, Baal, and Osiris. Weird. And it's just, there's a bunch of weird shit like that, going up into it. But he rails against it. He says they're the forces of endarkenment. He says they're trying to keep secrets from people and trying to suppress people and whatnot. And he's not down with that. But that's the thing. It's you should be able to listen to somebody, even if you disagree on some aspects of it. I listen to anybody as long as I can gain information from them on something.
Right.
But seriously, the cat, he's pretty intelligent. He knows his history. He's pissing off Christian folks really fast, though, because he's railing against religion really hard, which you might like, too.
He said Masonry was boring and shit, and was discouraging people from it.
Yeah, that's what I was listening to him the other day. He said that it's just a bunch of old people and boring.
Yeah, he says there's nothing esoteric. Nothing esoteric to really learn. It's very slow and, old dudes, probably.
That guy's so suspicious to me. I gotta admit.
Well, sure, you could say he's a Freemason, Luciferian shill.
So if I become a 32nd degree Mason, then do I become a movie star after that?
Ooh, coffee.
Is that how that works?
I don't know. But, Ian finally confirmed it to me. Did you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Ian, one night.
Man.
You heard of that, right? When I said, "Are you travel man?" And he was drunk, and he goes, "Well, I know you're not, so I ain't got to fucking tell you." And then he hung up. Well, the next week when he was doing his show, I went in there and I asked him just straight up, I was like, "Are you just to be sure? Are you a Freemason?" He's like, "Yes, yes, I am." And then like later, I was like, "Can you tell me some secrets?" And he's like, "Fuck you, Cathexis. I'm not telling you shit." So he's definitely a Freemason, which I've
Yeah.
suspected for a long time.
Charlotte says, "I'll listen to objectively to anyone Cathexis, but you have to call out BS. Surely? Question mark.
Absolutely. Oh no, that's why I respect Charlotte so much, because what I saw the other day was pretty impressive. I forgot what it was. She got offended by in IPS's room, left, unsubscribed, made it very clear that she was unsubscribed, but then came back 30 minutes later after she cooled off and was like, you know what? That was wrong of me. I'll resubscribe. I'll listen to you still. You know. So I got respect for that a lot.
Yeah, it's always good to admit when
Yeah,
you're
for
wrong.
real, Darkstar. We'll have to do them offline or something. These people are
What? What
are
am I
savage.
judging? Wait a second. What am I judging?
Judging me.
Darkstar. Wait, what did I
DS
say?
DS doesn't. Well, no, it's not you. She's just, you know, she doesn't like troll. You know, we shit talk and stuff.
I'm like a dark occultist who like studies ceremonial magic and shit. I'm
She's
not
no
totally
one offended her. She's just saying she doesn't
Oh.
want. She's told me before that she doesn't like coming on and talking because she doesn't like the trolls in the chat that talk shit and stuff.
Oh, I see.
I never talk shit about
She's
her.
not talking
Yeah,
about.
DQ never talks shit about.
Yeah, I've
anyone.
never.
Not about
Ever.
not her.
You
Yeah,
talk shit
never.
about Foxgal, I think, one time.
Once, but it was a long time ago, and I don't do it now.
DQ is actually super nice, but as soon as he gets behind his 100 thoughts,
But that was when you didn't know she was like.
no, you kind of
You didn't know she was my
in
friend
person talk.
in real life or whatever. Well, not
Yeah.
real life,
Anyways, I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna go listen to my handler.
Go.
yeah, actually, I think I will too.
You're gonna go troll my handler.
Yes.
I have a wrench there. I will
Are you
ban
gonna
you.
ban me, really?
No, not
Like,
unless
what-
you like dox me or some shit.
Like
Don't dox
you know
me,
me.
bro.
Like I don't do anything really. I just like make.
You're not bad. No, you're not bad.
I'm not.
You just like to talk shit behind my back. That's the only thing.
Yeah, and say things in private
Brutal.
publicly.
Yeah.
It was
Quite.
funny. It was funny though that A4 was trolling Infinite Flame that night too.
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, because he doesn't know the scene. He doesn't know A4 at all. He got it. He figured it out after a couple hours.
Oh, it's funny. Yeah.
Anyways, you guys have a good night. DQ, it's good talking to you again.
Hey, man.
All right.
Take
Good
care,
night.
guys.
All right, man. Later, man.
So I don't know. I guess I might as well just end
Do you-
this fucking hangout.
Do you want to just leave it on and I'll host your channel for what? No, I'm kidding. I'm only joking.
I don't know. Should I leave? I mean, I'm just gonna fucking troll that Infinite Plane guy for a while. I could stream that or
Oh, let's look at Poncho real quick.
okay.
Unless you gotta go. Fuck.
No, I'm not. I'm just sitting here drink. I actually just made some coffee.
Yo, don't offer me a glass.
I make coffee.
I go coffee. In the Netherlands, we drink it from a glass. The coffee cup is for tea.
So Poncho only has 15 viewers.
I guess they haven't bought any bots for the new channel.
There's a bunch of people on the panel though. For once,
I actually,
some
Oh,
guy
yeah?
named Brian looks like
Sheen,
he's
because
probably drunk.
Brian called me. He's like, hey, we
Oh, it's
That
one of
doesn't
Larry's
surprise
friends.
me.
It's one of Larry's friends.
had some time
Oh,
off.
one of his
Ran up to the
glory
casino
hole
over here.
buddies.
Hey, I remember when I was cool in high school, Brian?
We talked for about 20 minutes beforehand, talking about nothing but winning and willing to good news.
Yes.
I got online
Sounds
and got
boring.
a bunch of people to start thinking good thoughts. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I
It's only really entertaining when Poncho is being a total freak show.
Yeah, I like to go in there and make Vinny mad sometimes. Yeah, just some drunk dude.
Did I say? Did anyone say you were trolling, Charlotte?
Oh yeah, me as well.
You're not. Yeah, your DQ is not a troll. Neither am I.
No, I only troll
Mainstream media does it every day. It's what
just
George
hillbilly, really,
Oh
and
man,
Poncho Pete, and that's it.
someone said that this Infinite Plane Society guy sounds like Validation Boy, and he totally does. He's just way more articulate.
are
Validation Boy's kind of
pervert.
says dumb shit. Doesn't know what he's saying.
Validation Boy is such a bitch, dude.
Yeah. His
I
name
saw
is
his video.
Validation Boy. The fuck
I
kind
know,
of
what-
name is that?
What more do you need?
It's like the perfect name.
Yeah, to not watch any of his videos. Bob's in the chat, of course. All these people are in the chat all day, every day. That's insanity.
God, I want to fucking talk shit to Bob. Bob is a total fucking secret society new age shill. I think he's
It's just a
he's
general.
he was like trying to argue it was okay for the elite to pedophile children or sacrifice
What the
them or
fuck?
something. Yeah, he's like, oh, it's just morals are based on your perspective. For them, they're doing good. It's like, Bob.
That sounds like something he'd say. I've been listening to. Well, I don't listen to them anymore, but when they first started out, I used to listen to them. And I used to troll their chat back then.
To Lucifer. That's the thing. Lucifer is like a Hollywood creation. Lucifer isn't the devil.
He
They
said
play
Lucifer's a
your
Hollywood
mind with
creation.
this black and white thinking, and so they say, "Be scared of the devil,"
He's talking about
and then you run
duality.
to them, and they are the enslavers. I advise you to watch the movie called
Okay,
The
Texas,
Village.
he had the
The
leader.
Village. Are told that the scary devil
I'm thinking all this occult shit is bullshit.
you'll get devoured. Well, it turns out that the elite are wearing devil costumes to keep.
Like, why would we be able to figure out fuck all on the internet? It makes no sense.
What do you mean?
Like, what am I gonna do? Read all these books and then figure out their plan, or read all these occult books and figure out what's going? I don't know. It's just
I don't know. I say look into some of it and take what you can use and apply it to your life to have a positive outcome,
I think more than the
and
actual.
just worry about you. I don't really think that worrying about everything else really even matters at the end of the day. That's what I've come to learn, you know. 'Cause
Oh.
no one's ever going to change this world. That's what these people
Yeah.
say they're going to do, but they sit on
Like
their
we call
fucking
it magic, it's
couches
not
and,
yet-
and talk about movies from the 1990s. It's like, shut the fuck up. Did you see Hot Potatoes the other day? They're talking about just movies. Like, what the fuck? I thought you guys were trying to change the world here.
This seems to. I see whenever I see Mark Sargent, he talks about movies and celebrities a lot. And I haven't seen Poncho say we just need the right celebrity to come forward. Like, is Kyrie Irving not good enough? Like, what better?
I know. We need what's a good celebrity? Because all the celebrities I knew of are all like has-beens now, and it's all like young people who are celebrities these days. Like an old man and shit now.
Dude, all these conspiracies have a celebrity to fucking market them. MK Ultra has Roseanne Barr. The vaccines had Jim Carrey and the Playboy chick, Jenny McCarthy.
Right.
You know, there's Charlie Sheen with 9/11. It's like fucking funny. And then with Flat Earth, we have like Tila Tequila, Bob, and Kyrie Irving.
That's a good observation, man. I never even thought about that.
Yep.
What's up with that?
That's how they market the fucking conspiracies and make them hype. Like they have this like the media.
So they could lie, right?
The media is just this tremendous marketing machine. Like the Twitter was probably a NSA company, right? And you know what the NSA is, right? I mean, I don't mean to insult you. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so I think the NSA they pose as corporations. So they create this thing called Twitter, and they want it to be popular, where you tweet about where you go and shit, like a surveillance type thing or data mining
Right.
thing. And
I feel ya.
Twitter wouldn't be popular, but they can make things popular because when they're trying to hype Twitter at the start, they'd have the media talk about it like on the news all the time.
It came out of nowhere, right? Like
Yeah.
it was popular all of a sudden. Like everybody was on it.
They
out
just
of
talk
nowhere.
about it in the
Like,
news. Yeah.
Like 2008, it didn't exist, and then 2009, everybody had it. It was the weirdest thing. Like I didn't even know what the fuck happened when that shit came
when
out.
shit like that happens, it's a fucking probably come from Tavistock, pushed upon us.
Tavistock. What exactly is that?
Fuck, I need to do more research on that.
It's from Russia or some shit?
It's in the UK. It's a think tank. I'm gonna look it up so I don't totally fuck this up. Tavistock Institute of Human Relations is a British not-for-profit organization concerned with group behavior and organizational behavior. It was initiated... Okay, so it's about group behavior and organizational behavior, right? So it's about how to control groups and organize people, which is what they use music and movies and TV and all that. It's basically they kind of think of like, okay, we want people to act like this, and then they put that out, and then the propagandists go, okay, and then they work to fulfill what Tavistock wants them. I think that's how it works, but that's not like going to be official, but I think that's how behind the scenes it works. It's connected to the Rockefeller, it looks like.
Oh, right.
Alan Watts of Cutting Through the Matrix, he'll talk about how to look at what's really in control, it's not the politicians and shit that we vote in. He says look at these non-profit organizations, NGO, or non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and they're like non-profit groups that affect things in government, and they don't have people. You can't elect people to them. They're like boards, and so it's not like a public can take. I don't know. That's where they have. I guess that's where they put a lot of like implementations of control and shit is in those things. He says to look at those. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this shit though. But Tavistock, yeah, Tavistock is. Oh, they're talking about Tavistock in that chat. Like the Beatles came from Tavistock to mind control America or propagandize America.
Satan's a
That's
boogeyman.
insanity.
This guy's talking about Satan being fake.
Satan?
Yeah, and here's
He
something
said
else.
Lucifer was created by Hollywood to scare us.
Christianity is nothing more than a Judaized version of the Roman polytheistic system.
And then he's talking shit about Christianity.
Monotheistic. If you're a Christian here and you think you're a monotheist, please let me know.
If you're a fucking ex-Mason, why would you even get involved in the conspiracy
Christians who say they're monotheistic.
I know, it's fishy, right? If you're an ex-Mason, you'd have better shit to do than hang out with these guys. Seriously. I would think.
You know what
Unless he got $ eyes, possibly.
So I watched...
Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, you fucker.
Fuck.
They have the Christian conspiracy people will have ex-Satanists. They'll be like, oh yeah, I was in a satanic cult and now I believe in Jesus and Yeshua, and then they like evangelize. Like, it's like, did you really leave the satanic cult? That's how I think about that. Like, or even Bill Cooper, who I love. Bill Cooper, he said some cool shit, but he also said some whack shit. And he was an ex-naval intelligence officer. Well, is he really an ex-naval intelligence officer? Or is he still a naval intelligence officer?
Right, and then there was that like pre-Freemasonry thing that he was in during high school. Like they recruit you when you're like 16. I forget what it's called, but it's a pre-Freemasonry. He was in that shit as well. So who's to say he's, further along in that whole thing? Maybe it was hidden. He could be a Mason. Who knows? He was like really against him though. So.
Oh, Dark Star is hilarious.
What's she talking about?
She's like, Cathexis went over to this nerd to ask questions about magic, because like he could have talked to Darkstar.
He could have talked to
Darkstar.
either of us or Darkstar.
Darkstar does magic, and she doesn't go on fucking YouTube and try and get popular talking about it, because she's a real person.
+1 + 1 = 1 when you're a Christian.
It's more of just a pat.
And then Mary. See, Mary's the moon god.
A cash cow.
Oh yeah, as I was saying, Christianity.
She, I think she was raised Christian, and then she probably got into it because she's rebellious. So she's like,
right.
How can I piss off my Christian family the most? I'll become a witch. That's probably one of the best ways.
Hell yeah.
I should probably get into this next anyhow. Heliocentrism.
Oh, your boy Pillbox is there, it
Christianity.
looks like.
He says
Heliocentrism is Christianity.
this is a perfect example of how flat earthers are extremely stupid still. Flat earthers continue because he's mad this guy is ripping on Christianity. That's the only reason he's
and their
saying
Bible
that.
being translated from the Vulgate to the common tongue, they went one step ahead.
Oh my god, look what Caveman said. I knew blood rituals were a thing when my nurse woke me up during the witching hour to draw my blood when I should have been resting after surgery. What the fuck? How does he make that assessment?
That is weird. Maybe she had a tattoo or something. He's like, whoa.
See, I have this map with different conclusions written on it that you could jump to. That's what I feel about John. He like, Coriolis effect isn't real. Therefore, Earth is flat. Ball's dead. What's next, Cathexis?
Well, I think we should talk about Hermes Trismegistus, and we could talk about magic on your channel since P. Mars and his friend cool. Or good. And they're dumb.
They're projecting on me when they say honest things about me. They're all five projecting on me.
Have to wait till Jed
like that. I was like, okay, so is me, DQ, Shroomy, or I don't know about Shroomy, I don't think I said him, but me, DQ, Jem, or Jed, and Tim Osmond, are we all projecting on you? He's like, yes. Like, all of us think the same thing. But we're projecting. That's interesting how that works. It's not even really like it. Why doesn't he just what? He gets so mad when we say it because it's true. I think, like he's so defensive about it. It's funny.
What? Because he knows where the evidence leads, and he wants to just talk about this stuff and be friends with these people.
Yeah. Even though he knows it's where the evidence leads to. Yeah.
Like I said,
go on hot potatoes and shit. Like, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
How does that benefit your life? How does that make things? What the fuck
I
are you
ask him
doing?
his questions. He doesn't really give me good answers, other than like some philosophy, like, oh, I'm just asking questions about cosmology type thing. I don't know. This flat Earth phenomena is something else, though. It's pretty fun to troll.
Yeah, it is fun to troll. These people are fuck shooting when it comes to triggering people, and it's so fun that they're always in chat because I love it.
Yeah, like.
But I do it. I don't know. It's kind of like a hard love. I don't know. Tough love. It's like a wake up call. It's like, dude, snap out of it. That's why I do it.
I don't know.
You might look at this in 5-6 years and be like, man, that was stupid. You'd be better off there than still sticking with it. It's a dead end road, man.
Yeah. If anyone wanted to come up here and give you real good advice, it'd be like, stop coming on YouTube and hanging out. Go interact with people in real life or something like that, like.
Yeah, or if you're so against, people making out and make your own money because it's a lot of people like they make money and they tax us. Well, go out and make your own money. You know, I don't know why you have to be jealous that NASA makes money. Those people went to school and they earn that. Like it does go out into the economy and everything like that. You know, it's not like they pocket the money.
I heard
It all cycles. You know.
this conspiracy shit fucks with people because I heard Freeman Fly say that money was a magic spell cast on humanity by the sorcerers of Atlantis, and I believed him, and I was like, I'm never gonna work. I'm gonna be a poker player, and now I'm doomed to be a poker player. It sucks.
It's pretty cool to.
Oh, I was poor as fuck for a long time though, and it's really not that cool. But now I'm getting to a point where it's cooler because I'm getting better. But yeah, it really fucked with me. Like he made me feel like I was almost immoral making money. It was weird. I don't know. I felt like he really he used to encourage people to just quit your job and go travel the country and shit and live by synchronicity and the kindness of strangers. And he kept telling people are kind and will take care of you and all this shit. And
That's
what if people do that
like,
shit? They'll fuck up their lives. I don't know, but
it's true. But I mean, it's cool to go out and live like that. I get it, but
it's romantic for
to
sure.
live off the kindness of strangers, that's really selfish, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the fuck, that's you're just taking and taking and taking. And what are you giving back if you're just living off strangers?
I guess what he would do is he would do some street
Like
performance shit and have like a charity or like a tip jar type thing.
oh, he's like a Poncho Pete, huh?
Yeah.
He performs at a bar and hopes to get some fucking. That's weird.
And then he would encourage people to go to this rainbow gathering. But then I heard it's this gathering of crazy hippies in the middle of nowhere where they're all like anarchist and no rules and all this shit.
Oh, is that like
And
on
they're
California?
naked. Yeah.
I think
It's like Burning Man, but more hardcore and extreme.
Yeah, it's like an abandoned part of California. I've seen that on a documentary before.
They think they're like the Rainbow Warriors. Yeah, he would always promote it and say it was awesome, and I guess people give away free food and shit, but I've heard some bad stories too of
Yeah.
because you know how people are. No matter how awake they are, they seem to be assholes still.
When you see one crazy bum in the street that's like saying like weird shit and like talking in tongues, like that's freaky enough. If you got to a gathering of those people, you probably want to be extra cautious, I would assume.
Fucking Grand Theft Auto has those crazy bums, and when you listen to them, they're always
Yeah.
conspiracy theory shit. They're fucking awesome.
Are they really? I haven't played it in so long.
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
dude.
I gotta get that shit again. My PS3 broke, so I don't know what to do. I want to get a PS4.
I don't know, man.
And a TV. I'm still working on my TV. Like I said, when I first got into this shit, I got rid of my TV and stopped watching TV. But I've been watching like TV shows online. It's fucking awesome, man.
Yeah,
I
that's
missed
what I
watching
do.
like TV shows.
There's not much shit I really watch lately. I've been watching anime actually. Been watching like
Really?
Dragon Ball Z, and that's coming out in Japan. It's pretty awesome.
That's cool. I do watch like some Cartoon Network stuff, like Gumball and shit like that.
And I watched Star Wars Rebels, which is Disney 666. I hate how Disney has Star Wars now because I really hate Disney. I guess like George Lucas isn't a saint or anything, but a saint, not Satan, but
Have you seen the Star Wars movie?
Disney.
Or any of them?
Yeah, I watched them online. Actually, I saw a good version of Logan last night. It was an alright movie.
What's Logan?
It's the new X-Men movie. It's got Patrick Stewart and Wolverine guy. And then it's got the X-23, which is this chick Wolverine. It's a girl clone of Wolverine.
Interesting. I've never seen it. I've never seen any X-Men movies, man. I've seen the previews, but I'm just never interested in it.
They're not very good. I just watch them because I'm a comic book nerd. The Disney movies are really good. Like the Avengers was awesome. Even if I think you don't like comics, it was a pretty good movie. And like Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good.
The Avengers, is that the
Oh,
one
shit,
with like?
we've been coming into hot potatoes.
Oh yeah, fuck. Well, we're not. We never said we were trying to change the world when
That's
it comes
true.
out. But I wouldn't have a problem with him. I mean, if he labeled his show flat or hot potatoes and video game talk, it would be fine. No
Yeah.
problem. Then he's talking about what he's talking about, and he's not trying to push some fake agenda.
The guy who I was talking about, I called him a shill exposing shills, Josh Reeves. He begs hard before and at the end of shows, begs for money every show. And he got some shit wrong. He was saying on his show, Manly B. Hall wasn't a Freemason. He was just an honorary 33rd degree Mason, which is an honorary degree. Well, yeah, it is an honorary degree, but you have to be a 32nd degree Mason to get
Exactly.
it.
Right.
And he was saying he got that wrong. And it's like, dude, if you're such a good researcher, how come you don't know that shit? I don't know. I mean, granted, we're humans and people are gonna make mistakes, but then that is the guy. I think I say like he's the guy who's controlled opposition that talks about controlled opposition because he'll expose like Alex Jones, but he says Michael Sarian's a cool guy and shit, and he gets to go on shows that like Red Ice Creations, which I watched at the beginning of Red Ice Creations with Henrik Palrum in whatever Norway or whatever the hell it is. That show Michael Sarian started that show because Michael Sarian was at the time one of the bigger conspiracy people out there. Giving lectures and shit, and he went on Red Ice Creations like a shitload at the beginning to get things. It would have never got popular, That's how these things get popular, right? Because they have their celebrities. It's cult of personality, and that's why when a guy like me or Tim Osmond or Jed or whoever starts saying true things to flat earthers, it's like they like Jeranism. He's their friend. They like,
he's their guru.
Pat Steer and Mark Sargent, they're friends. So, like, when you say shit about Flat Earth, it's like you're talking shit about Pat Steer and Mark Sargent, not the actual facts. And that's why they get really emotional and retarded. And they don't listen to reason and shit like that. I think. But Cathexis is just, like, he seems like he wants to sell a book. So, whatever. Good luck with your book sales.
Yep. Batter up.
Batter up.
He's a cunt. He's been hiding from me since Christmas. What kind of book is he? He's writing 2 books.
It's
he
a
was talking
diet
about
book.
the
We're gonna call
a
it
diet.
The Atlantean Keto Conspiracy.
It's Eric Dubé doing the foreword. This sounds like a good book.
Yeah.
Tim Osmond made the cover for him, I see.
That's all. I mean, yeah. You notice like the headlines are getting crazier and crazier because they're getting better at data mining what stories we click on. So they're getting really good at what words and what crazy shit to put in headlines to make people click shit. That's why. Oh my god, we're getting so debased as a society. It's fucking crazy. Like lowest common denominator. Like we could sit here and do a show, talk about drama, we'll get a fucking shitload of viewers, and then if we talk about information, yeah, no one gives a fuck. Well, let's
Yeah,
end.
man.
You want to end this bitch? Say goodnight.
Yeah, those are the same people that would watch Jerry Springer if they didn't know about Snow. It's
Yeah.
not that big of it. People are going to be people.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, let's end it.
Yeah, all right.
Go ahead.
The Earth's round. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, later, fuckos.